Hey everyone, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. And finally, I'll be doing my first listen / full-on album review to ATEEZ's 11th mini album titled Golden Hour Part 2. This is quite crazy, you know, not only a follow-up of Golden Hour, which has been excellent, more than excellent to us, their 11th mini album. This is such a huge, you know, continuous accomplishment, especially with Ice on My Teeth, which in my humblest opinion, did not expect the way it went, but I still messed with it, right, flexing the accomplishments of what we've done, you know, acknowledging that, right, not being too humble and just realizing like, hey, I've made it this far, not like a, you know, regular flex, right? So Ice on My Teeth, I really got from the gist of that, from the lyrics and music video and how it played out. Very fun, rambunctious as per usual by ATEEZ. That's one of their greatest sides, of course. But now, moving on to this mini album, we got Deep Dive, Scene 1 Value to check out, Man on Fire, Selfish, Waltz, and Enough as well. If I recall correctly, based on the highlight medley / album preview, I was loving how Selfish, Waltz, and Enough went, especially Selfish Waltz. I think I highly anticipating for that particular track to be my favorite B-side, obviously considering what ATEEZ has put out for us and just my personal taste. But we got the first track here titled Deep Dive. We got the same people as usual behind the scenes. I mean, Eden, Maddox, Dor, Olander, Pepperoni, sure, Olive, but I'm seeing like some new names here, the likes of Koi, and then we got, of course, Hongjun and Minky on the lyrics. We more than love to see them there as per usual. So let's hear and see how Deep Dive goes here. Let's go. Ooh, I love the drum kit work. Keep in mind. This is getting deep with it, not gonna lie. Already! Big song! Wow. Even my colleagues around me are dying. Ain't that true? Wow. I mean, like, talking about anxiety here, someone who goes through that, unfortunately, the likes of anxiety. Deep Dive, I feel like this really correlates the levels of means of success, like in terms of like hard work and like trying to meet your aspirations, your dreams and goals, or exceed them, the matter of fact, but also talking about the mental side of things, right? Or even the physical, you know, pain, the physical, but more so on obviously the mental, because the physical here I'm seeing here not getting any sleep, right? Floating pieces of anxiety, and it tackles even more than that, even earlier on here, a cold space where I face my inner self. So this feels like a confrontation of oneself's vulnerabilities. That's what I'm getting here, which is really interesting how they're tackling this approach. I'm just curious where it leads into. I think it's like, you know, you got to realize that you got to find a balance between things of finding levels of means of success and, you know, treating yourself, taking care of oneself, right? You got to find a balance there because it's an inner struggle. It's an outer struggle. I mean, this is quite the relatable experience that ATEEZ is bringing to the table here for all of us, right? Why are you crying when you're smiling? Maybe on the outside you're smiling, but on the inside you're crying. Wow. Ooh, okay, the build up the snare drum work with Jungho. love the stylistic, you know, delivery here. Hey. I love the mention of traffic light. I'll talk about that more later on. Ooh, what a transition with verse 2. Wow, lower lows and higher highs. You gotta admit. Okay, obviously the likes of Seonghwa, you know, but Yeosang, the three of them are really shining on this track. And then you got Jongho doing his thing. I love how he carries himself in this particular track. Dive. At the end, wow. It's connecting to me with these lines. Verse 3. Ooh. Hey. Wow, these retro keys here. What? That's like I'm gonna have to double check how this arrangement was, because I was getting so lost in the sauce of the arrangement, just the meaningfulness that was really brought to my attention here because of ATEEZ in Deep Dive. Okay, so pretty much we go in an intro. Okay, obviously we get hit with the chorus right away. That verse 1 was very unexpected. It was a full verse by Mingi. It had this like storytelling factor with it. So, you know, even though a chorus may be, it goes to show you, even though a chorus may be a meaty section of a song, you could have a song that's very verse heavy as well, more than the chorus section just being utilized as a hook instead. But that verse 2 by Seonghwa, so clean, clinical. And yeah, that verse 3 was pretty much utilized as a final like go around, like almost a parter, like post-chorus slash outro, but it was a verse 3 slash outro without a doubt. That is really cool. And the matter of fact, they almost clipped the 3-minute mark on this song. I'm all for it, you know, because these days, you know, we get songs that are 2 minutes and 30 seconds. That's even wild. Okay, that's the wild part of this modern day and age of releases and B-sides and title tracks. But that's not my point here today about Deep Dive. Deep Dive, it goes deep with it, quite literally. I mean, talking about the traffic light, you know, traffic light, there is the red, you know, you gotta stop. And then, you know, you got the yellow, you're waiting for the pedestrian, right? Everything else. And then you got the green, it's to go, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like there's this huge like realization point, you know, and something that you gotta recognize, you know, although, you know, this song is very fun to enjoy, and obviously the rap goes hard in the pain and you can't help but bump to it, you feel me? I feel like Deep Dive is quite the gem on this album, and I'm not surprised if some of y'all really love this as your favorite B-side due to the stylistic choice of the vocal filtering to how Yunho went crazy and Seonghwa went crazy on this one. But Deep Dive, we're gonna break it down in that verse 3 especially, that really wraps up the song so perfectly in my humblest opinion. From the top. Wow. It's cool. It's like this one, the mind that waits at the end, right? End of that traffic light or whatnot, right? Or end of that road. Here we go, transition. Fix on. It's cool how that they had that like cola, that pop can opening sampling there. Closely listen to it. Listen to it. So it's like almost Mingi is in his mind, right? This is almost like the inner mind, like the conflict, right? It's cool how there's this back and forth teeter-totter call and answer, right? Because I told you, even if I lose my mind, I'll return to normal, you know? Like, there's these two fine lines that you're crossing in your mind here. The struggles, but also your aspirations, right? The higher you go, the more suffocating. I mean, ooh. This again with the flow switch up, I love it. I love how he breaks it down like that, right? Hold your breath. I mean, that's the one hard part, right? As you're chasing those dreams and aspirations, you're struggling even more. The more that you take on, the more tasks you do, the more things that you put on yourself. But also, it's on the outside, right? It's the outside, the smiling that they mentioned later on, and then the anxiety part. Like a lot is going on, right? They tackle a lot of sides to this, right? So relatable, at least for me. Yeah, I've been here before where I've had this inner struggle, but it may not seem like that on the outside. I love that ooh, and then as we progress here, give it, yeah, right here, this verse 2. You think it would be rap, but no. Just more melodic moments. Hey, hey. Listen to that ticking of the hi-hats. And then the vocal layering, the spacious feel. It doesn't seem too bad. The main part, okay, sorry to cut off Jongho out, but like the main part that I want to get into is this verse 3, right? I just want to live a real life. Yeah, this verse 3. I was right about this verse 3. I'm like, why are we getting a rap so late? I just want to live a real life. Where am I and how far will I go, right? We always have that inner struggle, that question of like, where am I now? Am I enjoying what I'm doing now? And how far will I go currently with this, you know, what I'm doing right now? I'm never locked at the end of the deep night, you know, diving into the night, right? I like that. I can't even release one single emotion that I'm struggling with. Because when you work so hard and you're struggling, sometimes your emotions become truly... Sorry, my mic. I'm just getting very passionate here. But sometimes when you're working that hard, your emotions just become numb. You're just so numb, right? Wow. What a way to start this album. I did not expect for me to deep dive in a song called Deep Dive. Okay, no pun intended, but you get the point, right? Deep Dive, very meaningful. I think it really connects with the same common theme of dreams and aspirations with Ice on My Teeth. But Ice on My Teeth is after the fact, you know, when you find the levels of success. Deep Dive is the beginning. That's why this is the first track now. That is so mind-blowing in terms of the arrangement already in itself. But hey, let's dive into the next track now. So this next track is titled Scene 1 Value. I noticed the length is very short with it, about 1 minute and 6 seconds. I thought might as well bring up a lyrics video just in case. It seems like it is in Portuguese. Sorry if I am reading wrong here. But I like how they've decided to say, hey, let's put an interlude before deep dive and the main title track, Ice on My Teeth. So I'm curious how this links the two together, because it's not often when you get interludes on especially K-pop albums these days inserted in this kind of way. Usually it's an intro track, outro track on the album, but hey, let's go. Very cinematic right here. Just the rolling of the tape and inserting the cassette tape or something like that. With those woodwind instrument, there's a lighter, bunch of static on a TV sampling. Accordion. Oh my goodness! I love the instrumentation for this one. The synth strings. Wait, this is actually Maddox? No way! Great minds think alike, and we can only see the true vision. Love the chords there at the end there to wrap it up. Great minds think alike, and only we can see the true vision. Wow, I like how that connects. The first track, Deep Dive, we're talking about the starting point of things, right? Working your way up, trying to chase those dreams and aspirations, but the more you take on, more work you take on, the struggles that will occur on that path. But then, Ice on My Teeth, that's the final moment, right? So, great minds think alike, and only we can see the true vision. I like how that connects into Ice on My Teeth. Wow. Wow, shout out to everyone behind the scenes, Eden, Olander, Maddox, of course, himself, Pepperoni, Olive, and Dor being on this one. I like how they transition it to Ice on My Teeth, but you get the point, you know, the connection there is insane with this interlude on this album being inserted as the second track, mind you. It's not often when I do these album reviews, I talk about the arrangement of these tracks on any album, right? It's not often, and the fact that I'm talking about it already this early goes to show you the quality, the details, and consideration that's being put on this album, or it's already been put on this album for quite some time. But hey, let's dive into the next track now. So this next track is titled Man on Fire. We got some new names here like Max Levin, Kyle Scherer. It seems like they're bringing in even more Western influences, individuals who worked on hip-hop tracks, likes of, you know, Travis Scott, likes of BB and 88 Rising, but like Eden, Maddox, Olander as well, Pepperoni, Olive, but Hongjun and Mingi yet again on the lyrics. Let's go, everyone. I'm gonna bring up this track. I'm not surprised, right? Yet again, like with the Western influences, individuals who worked on hip-hop tracks outside of the K-pop scene and the K-hip-hop scene outside there. Because, like, this seemed very hip-hop heavy with it based on the album preview. I mean, same goes with, like, their title track when I went through the album preview and highlight medley. But hey, Man on the Fire, let's go. Yeah. I'm losing control. I'm losing my mind. Wow. We're really kicking off where we left. What is that Eastern woodwind influence? Wow. That is cool. Hongjun. Just for your love, yeah. Wow. Whoa. What? I don't even know where we're going with this, but that's dope. Hey, I got no way. Ooh, I like that drum kit work, the kick drum snare work with the snares. There's gonna be another moment here, aren't we? We're getting another moment here. Hold up. Ooh, the whispering in the back. So, the Risers, I told you, verse 3. Okay. This bass line though, very raunchy with it, very gritty with it. Way. Oh, wanna. If it's for you, wow. The dedication. Hey. Woo. This outro. Dude, Man on the Fire. I'm telling you, this is one of those songs. Is like it cooks up, you know, as it progresses and progresses, it gets better and better, right? I love how it eases us in, but then switch up verse 2, switch up verse 3. I mean, the fact that like Mingi really went off not just once but like multiple successions in this was really cool. I really love how that plays out when it comes to his cadence work, but his flow and switch up moments, and of course, the lyrics, right? But I mean, this almost reminds me of likes of Ariba, not gonna lie. But if I have to point out, like, if I would have to point out members that stood out to me, without a doubt, Jongho, without a doubt, Mingi, and I'd have to go with, you know, the brief moments with Wooyoung, and I would say Yeonho. I mean, pretty much all of them really caught my attention. But I think Man on the Fire is a really interesting add on this album now that I think about it, right? Sure, we talk about dreams, aspirations, working for them, you know, that level of success, you know, flexing in a way that is like, hey, and realizing that I've made it, I've come this far. Then Man on Fire, this is like, I'm literally putting myself on fire, going through the flames and all, just for someone else, right? This meaningful connection afterwards, after finding her success, right? And doing this all for you. So, are we just talking about dreams and aspirations? Not necessarily now with Man on Fire. Are we talking about life as a whole with Golden Hour Part 2 here? Quite possibly. This question will be answered by the end of this album review after we go through the final track. We're not at the final track already, but Man on Fire. Wow. A lot to take in. A lot to take in. Okay, I gotta bring this up here yet again. And we're gonna hear this out one more time. One more time. Hey. Let me get some more coffee in my system. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing myself. Straight to the middle of the fire. Ain't no slowing down. 태워다 감당이 It's cool how there's that Eastern woodwind influence that's being looped, and then this bass line that really sets the tone. Boom, boom. Really scratches your ear with that Eastern woodwind influence. This is something that I listen to at 7 a.m. Low-key though. You do not expect this cadence, this approach to the track. How he hops onto the track here is really cool. You don't expect it. He takes it very aggressive in this smooth manner. How do you do that all at once, you know? Way. Yeah. I love the ad-lib work. There. Oh my goodness. I love Hongjun on this track. Another one, eh? See that ad-lib work? Okay, I'm waiting for another verse here. We gotta anticipate for it. We gotta... Okay, yeah, they played with us this time. I forgot. This desperation. I don't care if it burns out. This passion. Every time, yo. Jungho on this track. Oh yeah. Just the 808 claps. When you look at me. That is really cool. So this moment, I love this choir work in the back. That choir background vocal work. Oh. I'm not delusional. I'm hearing that. Like, I can't be the only one. No way. I want to listen to that again. Yeah! Wow! Yeah! That is fun! Just to sing along, chant along with this track. Okay. Hold. Another one, hey. Whoa. Yep, this outro. Hey. Flames exist for you. See, it has that like bass line of, if I recall correctly, the likes of Ariba. I guess that's why, like, and how it plays with us, right? With the offbeat and the beat as a whole, with the vocal delivery. But like, I like the background vocals, the chanting, how it plays out. There's a nice amount of melodic moments, the chanting, the rap moments, of course, but obviously, I mean, this is like almost a culmination of like, oh, it's Ariba for sure, but it has to be the likes of Ariba. I want to lean towards Blind. You guys can suggest another track as well, because like obviously this is so ATEEZ-esque. I mean, you cannot tell me this is not ATEEZ-esque on slightly experimental side as well, but at this point I'm very used to ATEEZ dropping tracks with verse 3s, you know, more commonly or as common as having brilliant bridges in their music and all. Wow, man, and fire. Did not expect this one to be this good, but let's dive into the next track now. So this next track is titled Selfish Waltz, my most anticipated B-side based on the highlight medley / album preview, due to many good reasons why. And I'm gonna open this box of reasons, I think, today for sure. Let's go, y'all. I forgot about the credits, but we're gonna double back. We're gonna listen to this and enjoy it, probably first go around. Okay. Oh. The insistent chug to the glistening synths. Okay. Pre-chorus, pre-chorus. Wow. I'm sorry for the pause, but I'm loving this automatically. This is my favorite B-side already, and we're only 1 minute and 9 seconds in. First things first, how Selfish Waltz is so cohesive with the titling of the track, with the lyrics, right? I mean, I feel like this talks about beyond that meaningful connection, right? Because the previous track was finding that, right? But this meaningful connection talks about that connection more so of a significant other one specifically, where it's like, we've traveled so far, we've made it so far, but it seems like we've made it into those steps in this waltz, the selfish waltz, back into those beginning steps yet again. That is so mind-blowing to me, because in a waltz you got, you know, certain steps to take, but like selfish waltz, right? I feel like that's talking about you, this other person, you yourself, and this other person, you know, instead of you know, because you got to put 100% on both ends, right, of a connection, of a relationship specifically. Wow, okay, I'm sorry, I'm getting so lost in the sauce here of this song, like production wise. We're gonna have to double back, talk about the production, but the hooks, phenomenal. The hooks in this, without a doubt, are memorable. Whoa! Mickey! The drowning of emotions here is crazy. Straight chills still. It's got that influence that they've done on other tracks I'll talk about later. You guys know. Obviously, Take Me Home. Woo! The next step is meaningless. Wow! Was it not talking about the steps? Repeating it again today. Woo! I'm just enjoying it at this point. I'm sorry, guys. Wow, why is this track so alluring? It's like the hot and sexy version of Take Me Home, like on another level. Like, sure, Take Me Home has different instrumentation, but that insistent chug, that smooth streamlined feel, it's practically the same kind of influence and the musical hallmarks that ATEEZ does on a specific B-side tracks. Now, if only I got hooks and a track like this as a main title track, you feel me? But that's another conversation that we can have later. Okay, Take Me Home, Silver Light, Cyberpunk. Am I missing anything else? Those are the tracks that I cannot get enough of from ATEEZ's discography. But the fact that they carry on this legacy with this kind of insistent chug, retro key feel, but taking it ultra retro key with it, because it's not often when you get these instrumental breaks with the retro keys being just like serenading, you know, mending in my mind here, you know what I'm saying? It's so mesmerizing. You just get caught up in a drift. Obviously, this is a type of track where you feel like, oh, you're gonna be body rolling, you know, jamming to, like, in your mind, not like head banging to, not necessarily that case. But like with this track, Selfish Waltz, it really talks about, you know, 3 steps forward, all the way back, right? You know, from the beginning of trying to figure things out with another significant other one, you know? And it's not just because of them themselves, it is the two of us, the both of us, pretty much. Selfish Waltz, though, on the influence side, I love. It's literally up there with, like, Take Me Home, Cyberpunk, Silver Light. I wouldn't say it's the favorite B-side. It is the favorite B-side on this album, without a doubt, because the hooks are very pristine and memorable. The musical direction is really cool with arrangement in this song, I'd have to say. I mean, I got so lost in the sauce that I gotta actually check out the arrangement, because sure, I at some point I said like pre-chorus, and then I got so lost after the chorus. Verse 2, very standard. Verse 3, okay, yet again a verse 3 mix up there, and it makes sense with Hungjun and Jungho. Okay, we gotta break it down. It's just so hard to break it down with not you know, taking pauses in between the track, because it's a lot to handle for sure, because it's just that good.
I don't know, can't describe you and I. 다시 엉망인일까.
He's like a war tonight. Wow. Why you acting like that? Why are you so aggressive? Like, it's crazy, you know? Because there is this fight. It feels like that's going on with this other significant other one. But it's not in this hurtful kind of attention. Because there's things that you say that you don't mean. There's things that you could maybe physically do that you don't mean, you know what I'm saying? Throwing stuff around the house, whatnot. But like, and then there's the softer side, you know? Because a waltz, it's supposed to be very languid. It is supposed to be very playful. It's supposed to be elegant in a way as well. And those are the pretty sides, I'd say, to if I want to connect it to a meaningful connection and a lovely relationship. But then Selfish, the huge contrast part. That's why hence Selfish Waltz. I really think this was so clever to have this ad-lib work and that contrast, this call and answer moment with Yunho, like, oh my. Why you acting like that? Why you so aggressive? Oh my goodness. That's mind-blowing, what I just described. Because at the end of the day, selfishness is a bad formula in any relationship. Going around and around again. Crazy bass line, crazy chug, but wait for that retro key work that I was talking about. I love how Jongho slightly elevates the track here and there. The sliders. Yeah. Oh, I forgot about Mingi. So I feel like Mingi's cadence work and like his very partly aggressive yet outpouring emotion really exemplifies just the part of, you know, just this tiredness and like, you know, frustration in that fight and that relationship, right? Like this back and forth, but like this not like sentimental kind of approach as well simultaneously, which is really cool how he decides to take it like that. And you know, who obviously vocal directed this and all, but like this may seem so hard in the paint that you'd bump to, but like on the flip side and the true surface level of this is this, oh my goodness, this fight that's going on. Wow, I'm feeling these emotions from Mingi. It's a lot. I forgot to talk about Song 1 the first go round. I love this man. The hooks. Yo. I think I've said what I needed to say. I don't need to describe the hooks. Very catchy, memorable. I did already there. Verse 3. Wow. I love this. The ball is like doll, you know what I'm saying? It's like almost like, hey, this is the ball in my court, right, being thrown back and forth. Obviously get be like lost in translation, you know what I'm saying? But like Waltz, like I said, playful, right? It can have meaning behind a waltz, right? But when you talk about the next step is meaningless, wow, that hurts, that cuts deep. Nothing to look forward to anymore, because we're constantly fighting and then trying to start again. Wow, how Jongho holds it. That's it. All those retro keys again. Oh. Okay, they're just all the retro keys. Wow. I love this spacious feel. You know, it's done in this spacious feel that's like there's a lot of room for the members to flex their vocals and rap on this track. Selfish Waltz. What an insane track, not gonna lie. You know, I think it's the right place to put it after Man on Fire, after talking about Man on Fire. Now, after talking about Selfish Waltz, I don't know how I'm gonna move on to the final track. Where is the final track gonna go? So let's dive into the next track now. So last but not least, we have Enough here. this time around, I'm gonna go back to plain level here and talk about the credits. Eden, Maddox, Door, Olander, Pepperoni, Olive, and then we got Hongjun and Mingi. My other anticipated B-side. Okay, I am not gonna, blabber. We're gonna cut to the chase here. Let's go. Come on now. Wrapping it up with enough. How's this gonna go? Is it gonna be a little bit sentimental? How? Hey. Okay, nice bounce going on here. Come on now. Very purposeful lyrics already. Step by step. These English lyrics, so good. Not to be blasphemous, but I love the intentions here. Verse 2. Wow. Wow. Are you guys hearing what I'm hearing? Are you guys reading what I'm hearing? With enough here, right? Sometimes you gotta say enough is enough, right? That's enough, right? This is like not an endless struggle, right? Sometimes you have to move forward. You have to go beyond of what's happened, right, in the past. Sometimes what has happened in the current, day and age, like right now, the current time, but also you got to realize that we're in this together in a way, and that you're truly not alone, right? You may have these struggles, but other people are struggling too, but there's people to help you out, right? Whether it be your close ones, friends, or family, or the next person you meet, in life. This, wow, is very powerful and meaningful, but empowering, specifically in an uplifting kind of way. It's this is not just it. There's more to life, right? And more beyond the hardships that you are facing right now or have faced. Wow. Take it step by step. Very Western influence with that drop. I mean, I've heard this quite a bit, sure, but it's really cool to hear this on ATEEZ. This Western influence. This very atmospheric, let loose feel. Man, these full English lyrics are going crazy. Wow. Oh, Jungho on this track. Hong Jun, don't lose yourself. Never doubt what you say, never doubt yourself. Just gotta make it grand, you just gotta make the moment better, right? Make it for what it's worth, right? You could turn it around, turn a new leaf, turn a new chapter, But I love how even ATEEZ themselves, right? Even though you got no one as well, you got us as well, right? Not to be obviously parasocial, but like ATEEZ, I mean, K-pop as a whole has done that for me. Music is consoling in a way, right? But also, it urges you to reach out. Most importantly, that is not just about like ATEEZ themselves, but reaching out to someone, right? In your hardships, in your struggles, you're not alone. Wow. Oh my goodness, I got straight chills, and you know, I got quite a bit emotional throughout this midway through, obviously, but enough. I really appreciate what they put down here, and gave to us with this meaningful track. I think this is a track that I always will go back to. I think, obviously, yet again, with these color-coded lyrics, not entirely correct, but I really love the moments that we got by Yosang, obviously, Jungho, yet again. I mean, you see a common fitting pattern, but then, oh my goodness, I love the peak vocal moments and vocal flourishes that occur in the final go-round and the final chorus of Enough here. We're gonna streamline it through for this one more time, and then we're gonna wrap things up. Love the tempo, love the movement, love the bit of the quirkiness at the start. Just that buzzer, almost not brass work, just that sampling. The distortion, you know, of this bass is really cool. I mean, even that like initial verse, right? I remember standing by the ocean, watching all the waves just rolling. I remember shadows growing darker, right? My shadows are growing darker. Then the morning broke with a brighter sun, because a new day, another day is a new day that you could start again, right? Right? Because the sun will always come up. There's always a next day. Wow, that MIDI work in the back there. I love it. This level of euphoria too is really dope. Don't stop believing. Just the overflowing, like, dragging of the lines. I love the vocal direction in this. Get far enough. The transition to Mingy is lovely.
Even when the world push your way, you remember that moment that we share together.
See, you gotta remember the moments that we share together. Remember the good times, even though those are, like, you know, you're struggling now and the world pushes you away. There's good times too, right? We share. This could be also like, you know, with others, you know, struggling with others, but remember the good times you have and the good times that you can make as well. When I become more critical of myself than anyone else, aren't we all? You know, we have our inner demons. We're always a self-critique, like, at least a good amount of us, at least for myself.
Just take a breath, that's enough.
Take a breath. You just gotta move forward. Don't think about the past. Don't think about now. Don't overthink it. Woo! Come back to the surface level, right? Hold on to your ground. Far enough. Obviously, San has his moments. Just the vocal flourish is there. So good. Stop believing how you got here. This would go insane at a concert. We can find the light, even though there's darkness now. Anywhere together. See what I'm saying? Hong Jun. This is so ATEEZ, like. Love the synth strings in the back. Or those synthesizers on it. I love it. Play it one more time. Right here. I love this line here. Never lose yourself in a world full of doubts. Never doubt it. What you say. You know what I'm saying? I love this connection here of like, hey, you could be in a world full of doubts, right? What's outside, you know, factors that you cannot change, but then there's you yourself is, well, don't doubt yourself in the moment, because when there's a world full of doubts of going on and like all this bad news that's going on around you and events, you yourself especially shouldn't doubt yourself, right? Of what you can do and, you know, what you're doing right now, especially, right? You'll be there in this level of lightness, right? And brightness under the sun. Wow, 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 wow. When there's darkness, there's light. When there's lightness, there are going to be times that can be dark, right? Wow. I love it. I love it. Enough is enough. I love it. I love it for me. It is more than enough for me on this album. But, you know, that was a lot to handle. I hope you enjoyed this album review. I hope you got something out of this album review and all my album reviews and reviews in general on the channel here and on the Patreon early access wise, because like ATEEZ always brings the meaningful music to me every single time, and to you guys, fellow ATEEZ and all. Let's break it down here. Deep dive. What a track to start off this album, talking about chasing those dreams, pulling out that hard work and all, but that struggle, that mental struggle with that hard work is correlated. The more you take on, the more you can struggle mentally and even physically, quite possibly. But the transitioner with Scene 1 Value into Ice on My Teeth, I can't emphasize that enough, was insane, right? I talked about how meaningful that track is. If you haven't checked out my music video reaction and review for Ice on My Teeth, I highly recommend you do so. Man on Fire, obviously I'll do anything for you, but like, you know, it's not necessarily a whole positive track there on that note of a meaningful connection. Selfish Waltz, right? This constant back and forth, going back to square one in the footsteps, because we're all going back to square one with that connection there, a relationship more so. And then Enough. It's a sidetrack more so that's talking about everyone, all of us, we're in this together. Even though this may seem impossible to overcome, right? Please reach out. Please reach out to someone and ask for help, because we're all in this together. We all have our own struggles. We have struggles together as well in this cold world with constant bad news. More bad news than good news every time you turn on the TV and the news and you see it online. But hey, y'all, let me know your favorite tracks. I think I'm gonna have to go with Selfish Waltz. I'm gonna have to go with Enough, right? And then I'm gonna have to go with Man on Fire. It comes really close between Enough and Man on Fire. And then I'm gonna have to go with Deep Dive, and then Scene 1 Value is, you know, its own track, an interlude track, and Ice on My Teeth is in its own lane, obviously, that I'm gonna bump every morning, 6 a.m. and onward throughout the day, to keep me going with my coffee. But let me know your thoughts. Take care as always. Be sure to like and subscribe, as it goes a long way and it helps out the channel so much. This has been Garrison, and peace.